It's starting. We're live. Okay.
Yay! Live is good.
OMG. And I'm muted. Oh my gosh. All kinds of things are happening correctly. Hi guys.
Are you kidding me?
Y'all are here already. All kinds of amazing things are happening.
Dude, that's awesome.
I know, right? Okay. Well, what am I doing?
I don't know.
Hi, Brandon. In Zoo FX. I like that. Hello, Sierra. I feel like there's like new names and faces this time. Have you guys been on the chat the K-drama chat before? I need to go. Also, I always forget where my camera is, so I'm always like, never facing the screen.
Oh, I do the same thing. I'm so bad about that. Sorry.
All right, so wait for
trying to get better. It's weird. Okay.
I know, right? It's weird to remember to look at that and not the person you're talking to. This is your first, Brendan. And welcome to the October K-drama live chat. Okay, so this is about K-dramas. This month, we took a poll last month, and okay, so once a month we do like a K-drama chat, and then it's about like a specific show. So if you wanted to like watch that show, everyone watches it, and then we all talk about it together. And then we do like I do a K-pop chat on Instagram once a week. So that's what we're doing. It's a little bit louder this time around in my house because the chitlins are awake and normally they're asleep, but that's okay. Yes, so we're talking about Lookout, which was an awesome show. And I'm on Babe from K-Pop Mamas, and Leah, I'll let you introduce yourself.
I'm Leah. Zombie mama. Not that matters. Hi, little person. She's adorable.
Hi. 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 Brandon, that's okay if you don't watch K-dramas. We do this like once a month, but if you don't watch K-dramas, that's okay. You can try watching one next month because we're going to watch a brand new one next month from the beginning. So it's all good. And you can try one and see if you like it.
Exactly. I forgot to put my dogs in their house, so they are barking.
That's so weird. Bye, Zoo. Can you say bye?
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Can you put that down? Thank you so much.
Hey.
All right, y'all. So we watched Lookout, and Lookout was like pretty much amazing. I was not. I don't know what I was expecting the show to be, but it's with Lee Shi-young, and Kim Kwang, and obviously it has Key in it too from Shinee. And I was halfway through the show when I realized that Bomia was Sugi from Red Velvet. Like,
I love her. I love her. I think she's a fantastic actor. So I was really happy when I realized she was in it.
Yeah, and it took me like a stupid long time to realize. I think I was on like episode 6 or 7 when I was like, I can't believe that, because that is like Mama T's favorite group is Red Velvet. And I was like, how did I not know that? Yeah, so I'm not sure if it's on Vicky's here, because I normally watch on Drama Fever. I know it's on Drama Fever. I'm not sure if it's on Vicky or not.
I don't know. I could look. Let me check.
We will let you know.
I will find out.
Yeah, so okay, premise of the show, I'm sure if y'all watched it or not, premise of the show is that like half of the people in the justice system suck, and they're like corrupt lawyers and attorneys.
Like 98% of the people in the justice system suck.
It's like 50-50.
It is on Viki, but it's called The Guardians.
What's it called?
The Guardians.
The Guardians. Oh, that's actually a really good one.
Yeah. So you can find it there. Just look for The Guardians.
Yeah. Oh my God. I was not prepared for the emotional wreck that this show was going to play on my life. Like, I was binging it, and then I had to stop like for
You have
a
to
solid
stop?
like 5 days and like compose myself before I could finish watching the last like 7 episodes.
Oh my gosh. I watched 3. Like I couldn't stop watching it. That's all I watched. I didn't watch anything else. I just watched it. I was addicted. And then we got to the end, but we won't go there yet.
Okay, so first time I cried in this show was episode 2.
Yeah. It was terrible.
Bawling uncontrollably. Like as someone with kids, like especially kids around like that age.
Could not even imagine. Oh my gosh. I was like, I totally understand where this woman is coming from, because if anybody messed with my children, I would probably go as crazy as she did.
Right, absolutely. Yes.
I would try and I would probably die, but you know, I would make the attempt because I did, and that's not okay.
No one's on the phone, baby. Yeah, I mean, I literally probably at least 5 times in the show had a serious like mental thought with myself, like, would I do this if someone had messed with one of my kids? Like, because the whole premise of the story is like this kid. Oh, we're talking about Lookout or The Guardians, depending on where you're watching it, if it's on Big or yeah. So yeah, like, so the premise is that like she's a detective, and then like this kid who's like the son of the attorney general basically like kills her daughter and gets away with it. Like, and we're not talking, this is like, these are not
pushes her off a building. No.
Like, yeah, I'm not giving away spoilers. This is in like the first 3 episodes.
Okay. I guess we should say that since we were talking about this, we're assuming everybody else has watched this drama. So if you haven't watched it and you have a problem with spoilers, you might not want to stick around.
Yeah, y'all.
You can't talk about a drama without talking about what happens in the drama, and a lot happens in this drama. So, you know.
Yeah, but there were so many good things about it. Okay, so I wasn't expecting that. So, like, basically by episode 3, so here's how this, like, K-drama chat works. 1 month, we decide what we're going to watch, and then the next month, we all talk about it. So, y'all, stick around. We can talk about this show, and then you can help us decide what we're going to watch next month. And for the next 4 weeks, you binge it, and then we'll talk about it next month. So, basically, I was getting messages, like, 3 days in from everyone that was on the last chat going, oh my God, I'm in tears. This is not what I was expecting.
Right?
Oh,
I was awful. I was like, why is our drama chat a month away? Because I have finished this drama already and I need to talk about it right now. It was bad. I was so addicted and into it and just like, oh my gosh, what the heck?
so many damn feels. And then, okay, so I was ready for this show from Key. I was so ready for Key to be in a good show because he was the saving grace of drinking solo. He was the saving grace of that show, and I loved him so much. And he was such a good actor in this show. Like, he was the right balance of like seriousness, but silly and funny, and his comedic timing is impeccable. Like, he was flawless.
Yes. I can't argue. I can't say anything else because it's all true. He was amazing. But, you know, he's Key. So he kind of has to be amazing no matter what he does.
He has no choice. Sierra said she hasn't watched it, but she's ready for the feels.
They're gonna hit you so hard. Just to warn you, the feels are gonna smack you upside the face.
So hard, so quick,
but it's good.
And then like there's just badass people.
And it doesn't stop
all over. Yeah, it doesn't stop ever. Like the show hits hard every single episode. And then like there were badass females all over the place. Like all over. Because you had Sugi from Red Velvet, and she played like this hacker genius chick.
Oh, she's amazing. And her story, her whole storyline and how it works in with everything. It was talk about hitting you in the feels. That poor girl.
The poor girl. What happened to her whole child?
Yeah. We have to talk about it.
We have to. Okay, guys, we're just gonna spoil everything, so you're just gonna have to like come back and tell us what you think about this show later. So what happens is every single one of these people there's this guy, he's an attorney, and he realizes he gets screwed over by the attorney general, so he's gonna get everybody. And that is Kwang plays this character called and I'm confused about, because he's not really Dohan, because he stole a brother's identity. There's so many things happening.
We're just gonna call him Dohan. We're just gonna stick with that because
that's who he ends up being at the end.
So he gets screwed over by the attorney general when he's a kid. It's like not, it's like kid, and he carries this grudge with him. Like it inspires, directs his career choice and how well he does in school and what he does and the profession that he picks, and even the personality that he takes on in this role as a professional, and how this man has been planning this for like decades.
Yes, he totally. So he plans his revenge for like years, and then he finds all these other people that the attorney general has screwed over and like messed their cases up, and he brings them in like one by one. So they're all this like secret group of people who are trying to like catch the attorney general and all the bad guys that he's letting go. So like they all have these like insanely sad storylines of like this traumatic like thing that happened.
Terribly tragic stories, and it's so coincidental that they all just happen to have all these same horrible people in their lives, screwing everything over. But still, like the incidents with Seul, her character, that was awful. She watched her whole family die.
Yes, and then like, but they sometimes like when there's like a show where there's so many different storylines, you kind of get distracted by one and you forget about the rest of it. Like this did not happen in this show at all, because they did such the whole storyline of plot was like woven so well together that you never lost track of like what was happening and why it was happening and like how it fit into the big picture, because every single thing fit into the big picture. Not a single thing was like, why would that happen? Like everything was planned out like beginning to end.
It was fantastic, because you were like, what the heck is going on? You understood what was going on. Even when it was crazy, you're like, oh my gosh, this totally makes sense. And like, we understand why these characters are the way they are and what they've chosen to do with their lives. It all makes sense. Which is amazing, because, you know, how many dramas don't?
Yeah, like there was not that moment where like in a drama you're watching and you're like, why the hell, why would they do that? Like, or why did this happen? That doesn't make sense. Like there was none of that. And that happens in almost every single drama I've watched, where there's a moment where you're like, they're trying to fit too much into a shorter episode and like it just doesn't work out. And so like this did not happen. Like the whole thing, I don't even feel like we're spoiling anything by telling you guys, because how it fits together is so intriguing that like even if someone had told me everything about it beforehand, I still would not have like comprehended how exciting it was
until you watch it, because you need every minute of every episode to actually fully understand how this great big crazy puzzle is fitting together. Like you really have to watch it.
Yes, absolutely. Zira said she had to take her headphones off. We're kind of loud. Where do you post the drama polls? Okay, so YouTube has a brand new feature where you can actually post on the community tab. So we're going to try that this month, posting it here on the K-Pop Mamas channel, but then I'll also post it on Twitter at K-Pop Mamas, and y'all can decide what we're going to watch next month. Go over there. Yeah, but, oh, and there were so many people that you love to hate in this show.
Oh my gosh, that kid! That terrible, horrible, wretched, I don't have enough words. Well, I have words, but I probably shouldn't use them. But that, Yun Kwang, that kid, seriously messed up. Like, he needs mental help, and he needs to stay in prison for the rest of his life. That kid is so screwed up.
So screwed up. And then, okay, so it's the Attorney General's son, right? And the Attorney General's high school teenage son is a serial killer. Like, he's just like this budding serial killer. Underneath all this bad stuff his dad is doing, he's just like a bad egg. And he was such a good actor. Like, he was on par with, what's his face from Strong Women Do Bong Soon. Did you guys watch Strong Women Do Bong Soon? If you did, like this serial killer, attacker, kidnapper from that show, like how creepy he was and how he would just like pivot and like all of a sudden would be like so creepy and then so nice looking. Like that's what this kid was through the whole show.
It was, and the crazy thing is like his mom was like starting to get really big hints, and like she was starting to become terrified of her son, but then she still wouldn't speak up or say anything or do anything until like the very, very end. So she just let her kid run around and she never spoke up. Like, because, you know, she's the attorney general's wife and that ruined her husband's career, which, you know, wasn't
because his whole career, the whole show. Okay, so you guys watched Strong Woman Do Bong Soon. Like, the kid in that show is like, from a actor ability standpoint, is on point with this guy. So you've got like all these things happening that are already dramatic enough. It's like a mix of like CSI and like Law and Order happening all at the same time. And then all of a sudden this kid comes in and he's like Criminal Minds style, like messed up in the head. And like, yeah, and the acting throughout the whole thing is so good. And there's funny parts because he's very comedic. But then you got that kid is so
he'll rip your heart out too, because his story, oh my gosh. And like where they find his mom and stuff.
When they find his mom and he starts bawling at the end, I was like, oh my gosh. I can't.
I fell apart. I just fell apart.
Yes. And like that was one of those moments. Okay, so when like the mom of the serial killer kid doesn't come forward and like she keeps trying to help her son out of trouble, that was one of those moments where I was like, wow, like in your heart you want to be like, I would never do that. But then like when you think about it as like a mom, like, are you really gonna send your kid to jail forever as a 17-year-old? Like, you know you probably would say something. You would hope that you would say something. But then I was like, real life, like, her kid is insane. Like, the whole thing just made me question.
When she got to the point when she was physically, like, literally, you could see it, scared to death to be in the same room as her son, that's when she should have been like, okay, I really need to talk to someone about this. She shouldn't, I mean, when you're afraid that your son is going to come after you next.
When she's in the library and he sneaks up behind her, I was like, she's dead. I was like 100% sure she was dead.
When you get to that point, you need to say something.
Right.
Even if it's not to your husband, because the district attorney was
evil too.
Was flat out refused to admit that anything's wrong with his son because it's his son, and you know, I'm this fine, upstanding gentleman, which really I'm not, but I'm going to pretend like I am because I need people's votes, and so my son has to be too because he's my kid. He's your kid, so that explains why he's so screwed up.
Yes, it was so crazy. And okay, so Tay said she's gonna binge this right after this live stream. Seriously, you need to. I can guarantee that just listening to us talk about it is not going to ruin anything for you. Like, if someone told me all this, I still would have been like, oh my god, because like there's gun fights and like chase scenes and the whole thing is very exciting.
Yeah. Yep. Just know that every character is important in one way or another.
Yes, every character is so important, and there's no character that you're like, oh, that show could have done without him. Like, there is not a single character that wasn't a ridiculously good actor, and B, like, wasn't integral to the storyline at some point or another. Like, even like the weird supporting, like, random detectives that come in all mean something at some point.
They all are part of this giant story, which is why this drama is so dang good.
Yes, it was so good. Sierra said she's going to have to watch it after The Legend of the Blue Sea. Oh, yeah, that's a really cute show. It's not going to be anything like
that one. I got like to the last 2 episodes and didn't watch them.
You didn't watch the last 2 episodes?
Nope. I have to do that one of these days.
You should do that. It came together very nicely at the end. I really liked it.
People told us that we needed to watch The King Loves. So I started that one and I got like 9 episodes into it. But I was also watching The Strongest Delivery Man at the same time, and those two together was giving me like such intense second lead syndrome that I had to stop watching The King Loves until I finished Strongest Delivery Man, because that's just too much second lead nonsense going on. I couldn't handle it.
I'm super invested in a Chinese drama right now, and it's like the best show I've ever watched. It's called Lost Love in Time. I have been, but I am so invested in this Chinese drama that it's been like really hard for me to balance and go back and forth. But both of them are at the point, we're at the same point. Like Lookout was at the same point that this show's all going to hell, and so I was just like, I don't know which one and why. I just have too many feelings.
That's funny. I started watching. What did I start watching? Oh, Temperature of Love. And of course, I'm reviewing Hospital Ship, which is amazing, by the way. It's a really good
I think
drama.
Hospital Ship might be up there for our next K-drama chat.
It is so good. I mean, I
Almost
don't have any problems writing, a weekly review on that one because I just love it. It's really
I like all the actors in that show. Hi, Tamopa. Tamopa's here. And we're talking about Lookout, which if you haven't watched it, you need to. Because it's so good. And it's not got the romancy things in it. And it's got Seul from Red Velvet, so you'll like it. And it's got Key in it from Shinee, so highly recommend it. Highly recommend it. It's going to hit you in your parent feels, though. Like, all over the place for the entire show.
Yes.
32
I don't know
episodes.
how any parent could watch this and not be like completely fall apart over it. It just, oh my gosh. See, I have no words.
I'm also kind of, yeah, right. I'm really kind of digging these shorter episodes nowadays. Like the 35-minute short episodes, it's so much easier for me to watch them. I know there's a lot more of them, but like it's a lot easier for me to get through one. I don't know.
I'm still not used to it. I'm used to my hour-long episodes. I mean, I know why they're doing it. I get it. I understand. I used to work in TV, so I know you got to make the money somewhere, but good grief. I've been watching dramas for too long. I'm still weirded out by it. I'm getting used to.
So what other dramas are you guys watching on here? If you haven't seen this one, what are you watching? Besides, well, I know you're watching Hospital Ship. I'm watching a Chinese drama, and I just finished Lookout like literally this morning. And
I'm watching Temperature of Love too, which is super cute.
Temperature of Love. I need a cute show right now because I'm just like mentally overwhelmed with all this.
The main actor, he was one of the guys that we were at KCON New York. I was on the drama panel, the up-and-coming actors. Rising Sun. He was on our list to watch. I can't remember at the window. But
the up and coming actors
really good
panel.
Yeah, the up and coming rising stars, whatever. He was on our list to watch, and he is proving really, really good in this one.
Yeah. Age of Youth. I haven't watched Age of Youth.
Temperature of Love also has P.O. from Block B in it, which I was like, oh my gosh, he's adorable. Young Jong.
You can sit with me for 1 second if you're quiet. Can you be quiet and say hi to everybody? No, say hi to everybody.
Hi. Hi.
Oh, you're going night-night? She's going night-night. Can you say night-night to everybody? You want to go night-night? Okay.
Come on, let's take your jammies on.
Go with Grandy. She's going to take you night-night. Go. Say night-night to everybody. Bye.
Come on, baby. It's okay.
Bye-bye. She's so pitiful.
That time is the worst.
Also, y'all, this is how I watch dramas. With like wine and crying and milk bottles and.
I have been there, my friend. I have been there.
Yeah, so this Lookout was just I was not expecting the show to be what it was at all. Like, even a little bit, not even for a moment, everything that it was the entire time.
I was expecting it to be good since so many people recommended it to us last month. I'm like, okay, something has to be really good about it if so many people are like, oh yeah, you gotta watch it. We gotta make this our drama. So I'm happy that I wasn't disappointed, at least until we got to the end.
Okay, we really won't talk about the end since y'all haven't watched it, but I just watched the last episode this morning and I'm not over it.
I watched it a month ago and I'm still not over it. I was really
how I felt this morning.
Yep.
Like I just wanted to hide and just like in a hole and be like, why is that how it ended? Like it ended, it was kind of like Scarlet Heart when it ended, and you're like, okay, but like when are they gonna meet in the real world? Like that's gonna happen, right? You just can't wait. And for the show
like,
to
no.
wrap up in a way that made your heart feel good.
Yeah. You kind of spend a lot of time in denial, going, is that really where they're going with this? Is it really? That's how we're gonna leave it? That's how I felt. That's how I still feel.
That's how I still feel about it. I'm not over it.
That's not really how it goes. Because no, he's fine.
Because they fool people the whole show. The whole show is about fooling everybody. Everyone's trying to get away with something. Everyone's being all sneaky conspiracy theory and like hiding things from some people, and like crazy things are happening. You're like, ah, that guy's not really dead, or this one's really alive, or like things are just happening the whole show that you're like, clearly this is not how they're gonna end it. And then they ended the show, and you're just like, what?
I'm in denial. Just because doesn't mean that there wasn't some sort of miracle, and really everything is just the way we wanted it to be.
And like in the weirdest turn of events, there's the cutest priest in that show.
Oh my gosh.
Which was so weird the whole time. I was like, he's just acting like a priest. I'm like, but he's a priest. Priests don't really look like that, right? I've never seen a priest that look like that.
I have no idea. I'm not Catholic, but it was a good priest.
I think this is one of the first dramas I watched that had no romance plot line in it too. Which normally I like a good romance, but this had like no real. Well, besides between Ki
and Sogi. They're adorable, and I'm so happy that happened because, oh my gosh, they were so cute. They were so
cute. Actually, that was really cute, and I really did.
I just wanted to pinch their cheeks. They were just so cute together. I'm just like, I'm so happy for you.
They were so cute when they wake up in bed together, and she's like, "Wait, you guys hate each other?" And then they're like, "Not really."
You really don't. I loved it. It was so cute. Or when they first met. Like when he actually saw her out and he walked right by her because he's expecting her to be like, so funny. She's on the phone talking to him and he just walks right past her. And goes to like tears where I realize he's like, you're not ugly at all. Like just because she stays in one little apartment and never comes out of her room doesn't mean she's hideous.
Oh, it's so sad. You guys, for half the show, half the characters have never even seen each other. So like then they meet each other and you forget that they haven't seen each other before, and then they're like, oh, that's you? Oh, that's really cool. Like there's this really weird
when you meet an internet friend for the first time and you're like, oh.
Which happens a lot to people like us. Like there are people that you talk to all the time on the internet and then you meet them in real life and you're like, for some reason this isn't what I was expecting. Like or it's like just different for a minute. You're like, okay, I just need a minute to like mentally put you with the person I've been talking to. Like it's just some time.
Yep. Exactly.
Like Kay or Tom, if I ever met one of you two in real life, it would take me a minute to be like, oh yeah, you're Tay, or like you're Tom Opa. Like it just like it's weird. And so I was understanding how they felt for like the first 3 episodes after they met, where they were like, oh yeah, that is you. I forget that you know me.
It's one of those weird things, but it was cute. Then they got together, and that was cute, and everything was cute. But then it wasn't cute.
And then it wasn't cute.
There was so much not cute that I was happy they put that little bit of cute in there because seriously, we needed it.
It needed to be in there. Y'all go watch it and tell us how necessary that cuteness was, because there has never been a show that needed cute more than that one. And they put just the right amount in it that it wasn't overwhelming or like ridiculous.
It didn't take over the rest of the show in any way. It didn't overpower the main plot line. It was just enough sweetness to offset all of the absolute horrible that happened in the show.
Horrible. Horrible. I'm really not over it. I know we keep coming back to this, but I'm just not over it. Because
how can you be over it? Her daughter was murdered.
It was, yeah. Ugh. It was so, yeah, in an awful, awful way. And it's just.
And she was there holding her little girl's hand. And then her little girl wasn't there anymore. And it was terrible. And it rips your heart out. Even if you're not a parent, it'll rip your heart out. But if you are a parent, rip your heart out and shred it into pieces.
Yes.
And make you go.
Basically,
so
y'all, when you get to episodes 3 and 4, feel free to message me and be like, oh my God, you were right. And I will be like, it's okay, you're going to make it through this until you get to episode like 8. And then until you get to episode 15. And then again at 32.
Just know we will be here. Just to
we have your back. We got you.
To talk you through this.
Right?
But it's so good.
So what is everyone watching? What should we watch together for next month? Because I feel like we have like a whole different set of people from last month. I don't know, like, we got a whole bunch of newbies. Well, not Tay and maybe not Tom, but we got some newbies. So what do you guys want to watch like next month? What are you really loving that you want to watch?
Hi.
Hi.
All the kids are up tonight. This is very weird Kdrama chat.
I'm
Hi, my name's
sorry. Half
Kim.
of mine are up and the other half.
My name's Cameron.
Say hi. That's Miss Leah.
Hi. Hi, Miss Leah.
And all my K-pop friends are watching too.
Say hi.
Yeah, my K-pop friends are watching.
Whoa, that's cool.
I know, right? They're looking at you right now. They can see you. Can you believe it?
I probably look like, oh my
You know-
gosh, she's so cute.
So we're asking everybody what TV show they should watch, like adult K-drama TV show they should watch, or we should all watch next together for next month. You know, I watch them on my phone. So we want to know what everyone else wants to watch. I'm kind of thinking Hospital Ship, but Leah, you're kind of caught up on that one. I'm not sure how far along it is or how many episodes it's going to be or what.
Okay, I should know this because I'm halfway through. Remember what the last episodes were that I just wrote about because my brain doesn't work.
That's okay. Tay, you said you're watching Age of Youth. I don't know what that one is.
I've heard of that one.
Where do y'all find all these dramas? I swear I do keep up. Your sister said she's slacking on her dramas because of traveling. I totally get you. I was traveling a lot this month, and it was hard to keep up on all the things drama and K-pop and all the things at the same time.
It's hard to do life and, drama at the same time.
Yes. Okay, so we have Hospital Ship, Age of Youth. I really want to watch Hospital Ship, and I haven't watched it yet.
Really, really need to watch it. It has Min Hyuk from the drummer from CN Blue. He's the main actor.
Yeah. And then who's the other guy? He was in was it Strong? Was it from Strong Woman Do Bong Soon? Is that where he was? What movie was he in?
Let me look it up.
The Doctor.
Just wrote about episode 17 through 20. So we're halfway through. It's 40 episodes.
40 episodes? Oh, I forgot they're half-hour episodes. Okay. So I think we should watch Hospital Ship. Oh, yeah, Min Hyuk.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. I love him.
So good in this drama. All I can say, he has matured and grown in his acting ability so much since he was in person. He's still adorable, but he's not like that little cute nerdy adorable. He's like, oh my gosh, this guy is freaking amazing.
I'm trying to think of what other. Okay, the other guy that was in it, he was just in another show. He was like the goofy brother.
Let me look.
Second lead.
All I know is Hajiwon is the leading lady, and she is freaking amazing.
I like her a lot. Like a lot.
I love her. So her and Min Hyuk together, they're fantastic. Like, they make me so happy.
I love Min Hyuk at KCON New York. Like every time they like at KCON New York, like the cameras would pan to him and everyone would freak out and like they didn't understand what was happening at first. Oh my god, it was so funny. And he was just like sitting there like,
Hi. He's stuck behind the drums all the time, so you never get to see him.
It was hilarious.
But you know, the drummer, and he's so good.
All right, y'all. So how about hospital ship and whatever? We'll give you guys. Okay, we'll give it a date. So y'all can go. Let us know what your options might be, and then we'll post a poll here and on Twitter. And you can let us, and then we'll just pick what we're gonna watch for next month, and then next month we'll watch that show and come back and talk about it again. Does that sound good to everybody?
Sounds good.
Cool.
With all the lots of dramas, it's just hard.
Right, and since you've already seen Hospital Ship, you can keep up on all the other things too and tell us all about them.
I need to start watching while you were sleeping too.
Yes, and I need to catch up on Criminal Minds. Have y'all been watching Criminal Minds? Whoa.
No.
It's so good. It's so good. It's not disappointing at all. Because the Criminal Minds here in the U.S. is my favorite show. Like, it is my favorite show on television ever for the last 10 years. And this one did not disappoint me even a little bit at all. Which I knew it wasn't going to because it had Junkie in it. But, like,
right.
It was so good.
I had a feeling it would be.
Yeah, so good. Tay, you started it. Oh, it was just everything I wanted it to be because y'all saw, like, what was that in August? I spazzed out over it, and yeah. Sierra said, what group are you talking about? We're talking about CN Blue, which is like a rock group. It's got 4 people in it, and Minhyuk is the drummer in that group. And so, yeah, when we watched them, we were both at KCON New York, and they were amazing.
Yes, they're always amazing.
All right, guys. Well, there is chaos happening in my house, so I kind of have to end this K-drama chat early tonight. I'm really sorry, but thank you, everyone, for coming by. I really appreciate it. We'll try this again next month with watching a specific show, but make sure you come back and check out the poll and check it out on Twitter and let us know what you might want to watch, and then we'll watch it next month. And yeah. So let us know what you guys think about this format because it's kind of new, but I kind of like it. It's a little more like organized than our usual K-drama ramblings. But if you all want something different, we're willing to switch it up.
We can do that too. We're flexible.
We're flexible. This is just coffee and wine talk. So
nothing serious.
All right. So thanks y'all for tuning in. We will see you next month. And yeah, I really appreciate it. Thanks for chatting with us, guys. Bye.
Bye.